Hey, what's up guys? This is Anthony from Anthony's Customs, and for this review, we are looking at the SH Figuarts Dragon Ball Z Premium Bandai Exclusive Android 20. We reviewed his buddy not the other day, it was a little while ago now, and he left a lot to be desired. It was pretty disappointing, and he was the cooler of the two if you ask me. I did always like this guy's design too, so I was very much looking forward to getting the pair. And this guy, unfortunately, isn't much better than the other one. It seems that the Premium Bandai releases these days, it's harder to justify them because they always cost more. They definitely don't have better quality, and they usually have lower quality. That seems to be the case, and that's pretty unfortunate. And I know what some of you are going to say, Premium Bandai doesn't mean that they're better figures. Yeah, I know that, but we do have to pay more, so they have to be better to justify it. That's how that works. It's not the case. So let's go ahead and get this guy off the stand and take a closer look. Okay, before we get into the figure, we'll take a quick look at my package. Decent packaging, nice pose here for the figure, for the character. Poor color choice, if you ask me. I would like a little bit more contrast for the background, but it's whatever, it's not a real big deal. Standard, nice looking packaging. We're using the white, and posing is okay. Options on the back, not bad. It's an okay package, not one of their better ones if you ask me, but it is fine, and that doesn't really matter at all to me personally, but I know some of you collect the packaging. This guy is made in Vietnam. Do with that information what you will. I will note really quickly before we get rid of the packaging that his skin tone is much better here, and so is the color of the Red Ribbon Army logo. All right. Moving on to the figure. This guy stands roughly to the top of his head, I'd say about 5 inches, including the hat, a little over 5.5. That's going to make him just about, we'll say 12.5 and then 14 centimeters. Those are rough estimates. And then here he is up against Darwin, quite small. Here he is up against Goku. Again, I think quite small. I think he should be taller, about the same height as Goku. Not counting the hat. So he does seem undersized. Let me know what you guys think about that. He seems small to me, but I know they're hardly consistent in the anime. I don't know about the manga. I'm sure it's about the same. Okay, so we'll do a quick question of the day. How do you guys feel about the number of Premium Bandai releases we've been seeing in this line? To me, it's becoming a bit much because they cost more, even though they should be making more money selling them directly. There's no loss of money by selling to retailers. So why are they charging more for figures that don't even have anything special about them? It seems quite strange, and I'm not really a fan of it. Okay, let's go ahead and talk about the aesthetic on this guy. Three things stand out to me. The first, shading is only on these orange parts here. Makes it look weird. I think we definitely need more shading on the Dragon Ball line, by far. They used to do a lot of it. It's what set this line apart in the beginning. Now it looks like they're just pumping them out, and they're kind of going Hasbro's route and including very little paint. Only what is necessary, and that's unfortunate. The shading is fine, I guess, where it is, but being only there looks bad. The paintwork is clean other places. We'll get to that. The other two things that stand out, we'll do the bad one first. He's very plasticky. His pants and his black vest, straight up plastic. Like, it doesn't look good. It looks very not good, in fact. I don't like how plasticky he is, especially the brown pants. Okay, and then the third thing is I do like the sculpt a whole bunch. I think they nailed the look for this guy overall. The face especially looks good. And I like the way they did the hair. It's a bit much, but it still looks pretty good. I'll take it. Alright, so let's go ahead and dive in a little bit closer. The paint job, where it's painted, is clean. The detail work on his chest is fine. The faces, like I said, look pretty darn good. I still think that's the wrong color red. It's almost orange for that logo on his hat. Clean enough, though. His feet are okay. Nothing special going on there. But yeah, there's not a whole lot to say. Like, the sculpt is good, but there's almost no paint. So it's going to look okay on the shelf, but it's not going to look great. It could look great if it was painted up to really bring out those details in that sculpt and to make this guy look nice and dynamic, but it's not. So aesthetically, I'm going to give it a 7. The sculpt is really solid, but the plastic look and lack of paint's just not cutting it. Also, I think he's too small. Okay, for accessories, for the faces, we have the stern face that comes on him in the package. Then we have one where he's looking off to the side. Mine has a mustache that falls off very easily. Let me know if you guys have that same problem. Then we have another face where he's like half winking, a little bit of mouth open action. And then we have one where he's yelling. And I think they all look really good. Very pleased with that. We are able to remove his hat and place his brain dome thingy on there. And I think that looks really good. I like that a whole bunch. He has the alternate arm where his hand's kind of torn off. That's pretty cool. And we have a bunch of different hands. One of those hands is for holding the little remote control. That's nicely done. So that's all good. And then the last thing we have is an alternate face for, I think it's probably for Piccolo. It's a decent spread. Nothing special. Nothing bad. It's fine. I will go, does he need blast effects? I can't think. I honestly can't remember the androids. Like, Cell Saga is my favorite, and I don't remember the fights between the androids too much, other than Vegeta pulling the hands off. Either way, no blast effects or anything like that. I'll still go 9. It's a pretty good spread of accessories. You have a lot going on there, so that's pretty cool. Okay, for articulation, let's go ahead and pop the head off. Oh, well, that doesn't normally happen. Well, he's got a ball peg for the neck. That's interesting. Okay, let's just pull the face off then. Yeah, alright, so we're back to using ball hinges because that sucks. Oh man, why? Because it's so much easier to use ball hinges? No, it's not. Especially with all this going on, you can't even manipulate the ball hinge properly because of the hair. God, that's annoying. Don't freaking do ball hinges in the first place, but especially don't do them on figures where you can't manipulate the joint properly. Oh, that is infuriating. From a review perspective, that is just ridiculous. It's impossible to pose this head properly without taking it apart. Because of the hair and everything, you can't manipulate that joint. It's so far recessed in there. The hair does have a ball hinge, ball peg combo, which is fine, but you're not going to really do too much with it, so it's whatever. So yeah, the head sucks compared to what it should be as far as articulation goes. Not that you're going to really need a ton for this guy, but still, it should have just been ball pegs. Run them right through the bottom of the neck, the top of the neck, and then into the head. That's unfortunate. For the shoulder, you do get the more advanced butterfly joint where it's not just a hinge, but it also does virtually nothing. It's for like nuance posing. That's it. You can't bring it out any farther. It's kind of garbage. Same sort of joint as his buddy in that the bottom part moves rather than the top. It's okay when it's used, but when it's just sitting there, it's not the best looking thing. I still think they should have finessed that a little bit more, just like the other guy, but it works well enough. It's okay. Once you pose it, it'll be fine. Bicep swivel does happen at the yellow part, so that's good. Double jointed elbow is a nice elbow. It looks good when it's bent. Once you adjust it a little bit, you have good range, and it looks good unbent, so that's all right. Wrists are on little tiny ball hinges. For the torso, it's just some ball pegs. I don't believe there's a hinge in there. It doesn't feel like it. So yeah, just some ball pegs, and it moves around well enough. It's okay. Red part's really shiny. There's some shading on there, I forgot to mention that, but it's still really, really shiny. So, still sucks, but decent enough posability, nothing crazy. Hips, they do go forward, okay, but look what they did. They made this still pretty V-shaped in his peeper area, so when you bring the legs forward, it does stick them out to the side just a little bit. It's not a big deal, but it does do that. Can kick nice and high. Going back, they did that V shape again. Just don't do that. Let us do forward and back splits. It kicks out to the side, which isn't, again, it's not a huge deal, but you already have that cut there. Just make it skinnier so that you can bring the legs all the way forward. Going out to the side blows. What the heck? Who okayed that? That's not even 45 degrees from an SH Figuarts Dragon Ball figure, martial artist. He should be able to do the splits, and he can't even go 45 degrees. That's bad. And then you have your ugly thigh cuts, again, which work okay. Double jointed knees, which aren't the worst things we've ever seen. But they're not good. You only get 90 degrees, and you get a big gap out of it. So that kind of sucks. It definitely sucks. Man, that's unfortunate. And then the ankles. Tiniest little ball pegs you've ever seen. But you will see them because of the way this ankle is designed, unless you bring the foot forward, which it still has very little range to go forward. Goes back okay. Very limited range, and it's ugly as hell because they use the tiniest little ball pegs. What are they doing over there? Come on. The toe hinge is sculpted and designed well. Nice and flush, so that's good. It's probably well placed, but it's nice and loose also, so it's not going to hold him. So, yeah, I think that Bandai is just pumping out too many figures too fast. They're not putting enough effort or care into them. That's my feeling. Let me know what you guys think about it. But it's not terrible. It's just not making me happy. Articulation on this guy is going to get a 7. It's okay. That's it. And I shouldn't be saying it's okay on any SH Figuarts figure. It should always be good articulation unless the design is crazy. And this isn't. This is a fairly simple design. So that's a little bit of a bummer. Between the plastic look, the wrong color skin, the size, the limited articulation, I'm just not real thrilled with this. I'm going to give it an overall rating of 6 out of 10. It's certainly not their best release. It's not bothering me as much as the Fat Clown guy, but it's definitely not good as it should be. Not even close. Let me know what you guys think. I'm curious. I love the sculpt, and I want to like the figure so much more as an objective reviewer and as a consumer. I just can't get there. That plastic look, the skin tone, even if it was just, like, I could live with the size. If it was just the size, that'd be fine. But with those other things and the crappy posability, yeah, he's going to go on the shelf, and it'll be okay. It's a spot filler, but that's it. And they're not going to make another one of this guy ever, probably. So that's pretty unfortunate. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. But yeah, I can't go higher than that rating. Thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed the video, please do give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. And if you haven't subscribed, you should. I have new videos every day but Wednesday, and thousands already on the channel. So make sure you come back for all of that. And in the meantime, keep collecting.